It's your boy Kage DQT coming at you. No, as usual, I kind of do these spur of the moment setups and random thoughts and musings, well, whatever the case may be. So today I wanted to actually go over something that I don't know if anybody's really talked about too much, and that's kind of, well, how this game has its success and kind of maybe what it could do to improve on things, or just some random musings, and also, of course, the evolution of these free units that we've been getting, as well as some of the gotcha units as well. I mean, there's been a couple of staples where they've really broken the mold as we've gone on to the game and we've played like early point Zaro. Zaro was kind of a groundbreaking unit at the time because it had bounce, it had a reflectability on it to start, and then you had units like Seraphy with the auto heal, which was really crazy. She was like the first real healer to have auto heal on her, so that was something else. And then you have units like Jessica, Dolmagus, even Grandmaster Nimzo was pretty unique in his own way. And then you have what I call a system that kind of takes the legacy units and makes them maybe not always better, maybe not always like on par, but it tries to prolong the use out of these units. Like Baramos has a pretty good utility kit there. Maybe even Archdemon to some extent too. I mean, he's going to have some use coming up, and then you've got like Elena's got new life, and there's all sorts of good blossoms out there. Even on the lower end units too, like Ghost. Ghost has a good utility kit for it. I mean, the ability to randomly just essentially stun, hold lock somebody, stun them, paralyze them, that sort of, debuff. So it's interesting that they did this because I've told people before, I mean, I've come from a game where I played Fist of the North Star Gotcha. Essentially anything you got, you put some real money into. A month and a half, 2 months later, didn't get any use out of those units. For the most part, they were done. It was like, well, they'd be like, good luck, you'd spend, for example, money in Dark Lord, you maxed him out, and then he never got any use ever again out of him. But this isn't the case with this game, so that's something else that's very interesting. Like, just looking at let's just look at the power of the current, the free S rank unit we got here. Let's see what he can do. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to actually pull this off solo for stage 7, but let's just see. Let's look at his power overall. I've got his skills up, and of course he's max weight, So, but I mean, this guy has an AoE sleep. An AoE sleep. He's got a decent ranged attack. He's got nice power-ups as the stages go, and the one that doesn't really resonate too well is like turn 3 power-up he gets. I think it's just for the one turn, but it's an extra little additive. So he's already cleared all of them, but he's only got a little bit of MP left at this point. Oh shit! He almost took him out. Huh. Can't. Oh. I think he's gonna do it with that power up. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a free unit, boys and girls. That's not, that's not like you had to pay some serious money to get him. That is a free unit in the game that, you can get. Maybe you can't get him to Awakening 5. Maybe, 4 is as high as you go. But still, that's a free unit for just playing the game. And maybe that's part of the reason why, in some extent, why this game is doing as good as it is. Because if we look back on, the farmable list of units, you've got Human Form Baron, you've got Yangus, you've got Genghis has actually been using a couple of strategies. I see a lot of videos where he's been used to help clear some content because of how his setup is. You've got, you know, Carver, and then of course you've got a lot of the A rank units. I mean, not counting the arena, I know you have to put in a bit work there, but I mean, this guy here, Red Hood, is very interesting. I mean, just his base, he's able to move very quickly. I'm still debating what I want to add, like, if anything, to his toolkit for an extra ability. Like, what would even complement him? But I mean, given his range, like, this guy can just jet across the stage and hit something. Like, you know, reach out and just beat something up. Now, could he do the same thing as Human Form Baron with his stage? Let's actually find out. Let's see, how would he do in a one-on-one fight for stage 7? Let's do this. Let's find out here, because I am very curious. Ooh, change up his... Alright, let's give him the flail. Yeah, it's probably gonna auto-recommend the flail. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Let's see, could he win this? I'm very curious. Where's he gonna go first? Okay. I don't think he's gonna win this. I think he's boned. Mainly because of, you know, his resistance. But I mean, you could just tell right away he put up quite a fight. He's got burst damage there. I mean, he'll easily take on stage 6, no problem. But that's, you know, this is another free unit. Now, mine's a little bit more bulked up, because I mean, I have him at Awakening 11 right now. I have put in some additional points into him, just given how he is. I have, you know, put in some extra agility, extra attack for him. I'm still working on that. I'm gonna get agility up next, probably. Yeah, get that. I've been farming him on the side, but overall, I mean, he's a pretty good unit. I mean, you could... anything short-term, this guy can just walk in there. In fact, you see this guy in Arena, and you've got, like, low HP units. This guy's going to cost you some points. This guy's going to just walk in there. So, I mean, it's just very, very interesting. And, again, these are the free units that we've been getting. I mean, yeah, there's the banner units. I haven't, you know, as you guys know, I've spent considerably less money in this game as of the last couple of months have scaled back, but whenever I do get a new unit, the gotcha units aren't, you know, hateful either. I've gotten Hadler. Hadler's got a good tool set. I got the rank A Graki from the banner, which I like because he boosts wisdom, so I used him this week for Arena. I had some success with him. Nothing too crazy, but just, you know, so they keep things fresh. They keep things going here. But there's a couple of things that I would like to see again, and I don't know why we haven't. I mean, like the gem sale, we had one for anniversary, so maybe we'll get another one for the, you know, the next anniversary. Maybe we'll see that. I'm not 100% sure. And I mean, let's be honest here. I don't know what the real deal is with guilds. Why we can't have chat in them. But I'm not buying that whole international stuff. That I call bullshit on that. Because you've got games. I mean, I've played games from like 3, 4, 5 years ago with international communities and no problem with the chat. Now, maybe is there something tied specifically to Dragon Quest and Square Enix where they can't do that? Maybe. Because I'm trying to think now if I ever played a Square game where they had actual chat, and I think it was just like stickers and stuff. So maybe that's something that they're locked in on, which, well, that sucks, because if you don't have a Discord community or a Facebook group or something, you can't really communicate with people. Where you can change your name every time you want to send them out a message. That's stupid. That's, guilds are about communication and coordination, and they don't really have that here. They kind of miss the element to it, which, is what it is. Oh, let me see if I've gotten all my... Let me actually get these done real quick, too. We got 20 minutes, so I'm going to blitz a couple of these while we're talking. Let me get these done real quick. So let's go Baron. Let's send Baron in for 6. I need to get 6 done, 9 times? And then I gotta get the Ghost stage done, too. So, that's one thing here that I would like to... I'd like to see something, built upon the guild system, which I don't think will happen, because, again, I think this is Square exclusive. And maybe a gem sale at some point. Maybe we have to wait until next anniversary, but if they do more sales, they do more, little things, they'll get people to bite. I mean, there's people out there who, if they see a deal, they'll jump on it. I would, if I knew a deal was coming down the pipeline, I'd probably save up and buy a bunch of gems in one go. That wouldn't be a bad deal. But I don't think they're hurting for money to even bother with that, to be honest. I don't think they're really hurting that much, because, I mean, as we see from guilds, you've got some people throwing some real money around. Like the Southeast Asian group, they've definitely helped keep this game afloat. And let's face it, this game has exceeded a lot of the other Square Enix gotchas, and gotchas in general. Most gotchas, you're after a year, if they're still going, you're in good shape. I mean, here in Japan, they're going pretty well. We're going to be hitting, 1.5 anniversary soon. I think July we're going to be there. So it's just like, okay, all right, we're doing good there. We're keeping afloat. And it makes me think of the other game, the Die Gacha. I played it for a bit. I enjoyed it. They had guilds, day one. They actually, I think they had chat in the chat there. I was able to communicate with people, and I was able to communicate with people in that game. Why the fuck don't we have actual chat features in here, Square? Like, wait a second. I'm thinking back now. It's been so long since I played it. Yeah, we did. What the fuck's going on there? Well, anyway. So, yeah. So, realistically, this game is still going strong. I mean, you've had people in the past who, they thought this game wouldn't last. Some people weren't happy about the format. There's a whole bunch of detractors and stuff. And, those people are all gone now. They moved on to other stuff. They're out of the equation. And here we are. We're almost to 1.5 anniversary for ourselves. Japan's still looking strong. They're adding rank 8 soon. Rank 8, will be trickled down to us at some point. And I'm hoping this is going to be a big ask at some point, but that they do something more with the blossoming system. Like they expand upon it, because at some point in time, even the improvements they've done to the older units in the blossoming are going to be outshined greatly by the abilities of these units as we go, because we're starting to see crazier and crazier feats from some of these units that have been coming out. Like Jessica's able to just wallop somebody, like just take him out of the equation completely. And then you've got like Dolmegas who comes in, and Dolmegas has like a special skill set that's pretty wild, in terms of the evasion there. He could make blossoming door, 25, the reptile one. I've seen people take care of that, no problem. Meanwhile, I'm over there having to like use like the A-rank turtle and this and that, and like, fuck, wish I had him. Like, I wish I had Dolmegas. But it's crazy. So they're at some point they're gonna end up back in that whole cycle again, and if it's gonna be expanding on the blossoming or doing something more kind of like with the Awakening Plus, but maybe some other aspect to it. Because I mean, when you take the Awakening Plus system, you take the Blossoming system, you can really start to stack some stats for some of these units in your favor. I mean, just look at Red Hood. Like, you know, he's got 400 plus agility. He's able to move crazy, and he's got decent attack when you've equipped him well. And then you give him a couple more points just for good measure. I mean, it's crazy. And then you've got Killing Machines coming up for a Blossom soon. He's got one of the highest attacks in the game, and then it's like, oh, hey, we're just going to add upon that. So you're going to have a rank 8 Killing Machine with full Blossom, and he's going to hurt some people. He's going to put some work in as a crack-based physical unit. But it's crazy, though, that, nobody would have thought a year ago that Killing Machine would be, kind of relevant again after a certain point. He kind of got phased out with most of the other units there. The only one who really, I would say, I didn't expect to see any real love for is Dread Dragon, and I don't know too much about his Blossoming set. I'm hoping it's good. I mean, some people say it wasn't. We'll see when it comes out, but it's like that. Not only did that unit get like snuffed in our version, where they didn't even put him out on time, they just dropped him randomly at some point. They're like, fuck this dragon. He's not even worth coming out with, on schedule. I think he's like one of the few banners they actually did that with, where they just dropped him randomly, because he was supposed to be like banner 2, but so who knows there. But overall, I gotta say, in terms of everything, the balancing of content, the multitude of ways to do things, and of course the community. I mean, if it wasn't for the community and people putting out videos and some solutions to some of these fights, I think we would have had a lot more people quit ages ago, because there's nothing worse than having somebody sit in a fight for 3 hours trying to use a strategy where, as one of my guildmates puts, the stars fucking align. Like, well, I gotta sleep these guys and poison this guy turn 2, and then the agility of the third unit, like, fuck that! I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to fucking deal with that. That's awful. I'm more of a pure power player. If I can go in there and smack something down and not have to think as much, great. And sometimes I'll actually use my head too, but I really don't like doing that. It's just not my style. I'd rather just go in there and just punch things. That's why I like Jessica and why I like Hadler. I'm really hoping to get some more Hadler Awakenings before the die event goes away. I want to get him to at least 3. He definitely came in handy this week. That wisdom buff from Graki and Hadler, I had some fun. I definitely knocked heads, but I gotta say, I'm overall pretty happy with this game. I mean, this is probably the longest running mobile game I've played, and I mean, mostly it's because of the community. It's because they keep bringing out content. Oh, I can stop this one already and go to the Halloween one. I've spaced on that. I need to get the Halloween one done for some tokens. I definitely spaced on that one. So, overall, I'm very, very happy with this game. It's because I could have definitely walked away at any point, gotten bored, and just moved on, because that's what I do. I eat up content, and then I bitch about it. Like, well, this sucks. What else you got for me? I did that with, what was it called? A game called Babylon's Fall. I got it like 2 days ago. I played the demo. I bought the game, and I'm like, okay, they added some new content. And then I already got to the end of the fucking campaign. Like, fuck. Like, oh, okay. Alright. This sucks. Let's throw them in stage 1. What am I doing here? Well, I guess it doesn't matter how. Just switch that. Just let them go in and do a couple stages, get our tokens. And yeah, I mean, even the Reminisce system now. The Reminisce system was smart, because a lot of these older contents and things, you play some other games, and you don't really, you never get to do those events again in any capacity. But here they've really built upon it, and it's good, because at some point in time we are going to get the next Dragon Quest major number, and maybe we'll have an event tied in with that here, because again, this is Dragon Quest Tact. This is realistically, probably the biggest imprint the West has for a Dragon Quest game right now. I mean, yeah, there's 11. People played the shit out of 11, but this is definitely gonna, if this can stay, hold strong. Which, I mean, there's plenty more units to pull out of all the series. I mean, you can go. There are so many games and sub branches of games and other things you can do, where they're never gonna run out of units. You know, for ever and a day, in terms of what they can use in the gotcha units and things of that nature. So they're not going to run out of things. Although, I mean, just dressing up Elena in a Santa outfit and having that as a gotcha unit, yeah, we went there. It's like, fuck. When are we going to get fucking springtime Baramos? That's an idea. So yeah, there's a lot of staying power here. So ultimately, again, just I like to see some gem sales. Gem sales would be nice. Realistically, also kind of like to see what they're going to do down the road in terms of trying to keep some of these older units relevant still, because it's a full-time job. I mean, some of this insight here, you could tell they've thought about this from a long-term perspective. Just like looking at the tool sets for like Dark Lord, True Lord, Baramos, they thought about a lot of this and how to extend these older units. And then they've even done things in an interesting manner, because maybe I don't agree with the releasing of the Blossomings in the order, because, I feel like Killing Machine could have used his a lot sooner. I mean, we look at Zaro and Zoma and them, and they could definitely hold off without having a blossoming for a little while. But then you look at Dread Dragon, Killing Machine, and some of these other ones. You're like, where was the love there? why haven't you done anything for these poor guys sooner? But so time will only tell. But as it stands right now, we've got a lot of content coming down the pipeline. The guild competition here is looking good. I'm really excited to see how we placed here. In fact, I'm going to keep this video going for another 10 minutes to see if, once reset hits, if guilds have actually updated where we're standing. And, guild PvP is coming. Hopefully they have something with, guild bosses as well. That would be nice, because, I mean, they're going to have guild arena. Makes sense if they have, a guild battle boss, too, but I don't really look too much into the future on JP. If people put stuff up in the Discord, and I'll look it over and go, oh yay, Corvus is finally coming. Oh, okay, I've only been asking for Corvus for what, over a fucking year. And the main reason I like Corvus so much is the fact that my thing froze here. The fact that was the best portable Dragon Quest I ever played. It was a really solid game. I enjoyed that game extensively. Oh, I hear this in the background. Oh, there we go. Now it unfroze. I mean, that was the biggest imprint for the mobile games for me. I enjoyed the story. I even enjoyed how they did the downloadable content back then, where they unlocked the missions every couple of weeks, and you got to fight a lot of the legacy characters, things of that nature. So it was a really good game. And it was kind of sad that they never, ported it over to a console. Because I would play it again. I mean, if they were, they announced, at the anniversary, which is coming up soon, we're doing a port for 9. I'd snatch that up if they put it on Switch, or if they put it on PS5. I'd fucking play it again. I love that game. It was great. I like the story. It'd be interesting to see it on an actual console. And it's sad because... that game was good, and it was only a portable RPG, which it held its weight pretty well. I'll give it that. So it did a good job. And again, it's I've been asking for this unit for a year, and sure enough, waiting long enough. It's oh hey, you're finally gonna get, I think 2 variations of Corvus. If I remember correctly, I think there's gonna be 2 variations of him, which you've got plenty to choose from in this series with the multiple evolutions of some of the bosses. I mean, You know, you've got Baramos, you've got Bones of Baramos, you know, you've got all sorts of different evolutions of enemies. I mean, and they haven't even done like the Hero series yet, because they've got some monsters they could pull out of the Hero series too. Some of the villains, some of the the heroes and other things there. So they've definitely got some stuff they can pull out of. Which, oh, I haven't done the likes for the. Oh, hold on a second, did I? Oh, I forgot to give a like to somebody in the guild. Let me do that real quick too. Yay! Let's get that done. I'm so lazy in that department. Just do the first person. Cool. Alright. Cool, so we've got 5 minutes left in that regard. I should have done more of the blossoming door, but I am fucking lazy as shit when it comes to that. I'm super lazy. But yeah, now the reminiscence system is awesome. Like, just showing off all the... I mean, this adds for, like, anybody new playing the game. That's tough. Because not only do you have all these banners going on right now. You've got all this... Well, this isn't too bad. Sometimes there's like 2 or 3 rows here. You've got all these events going on. You know, you've got 3 different types of tokens, all the shop stuff that you need to buy. And then on top of that, you've got all that old legacy stuff that you could tap into and get stuff for as well. There's a lot going on here. So, I mean, as a new player, I guess it's good that you're not missing out on things, but at the same time, I kind of wish they did something for, like, new players where maybe, you know, for the first month or 2 that you're playing the game, maybe they gave you, like, extended tokens if you went back and did some of the reminiscent stuff, like up the drop rates extensively or something to help those people clear out the shops, because how the hell are you gonna, you know, work on getting humanoid Baron to 5 awakenings, do all the, you know, friendship events and all the other stuff, and farm all these other units without having to drop some real money? Like, having to drop some real money in the stammer fleshes and stuff. There's a lot going on there. So that's also a thought, too. That's not bad. And again, my show's never scripted. Oh, this just comes off the fly. I'm just not the type of guy who'll sit down and just kind of plan things out. Nah, I'm just, oh, what am I feeling like talking to you guys about today? What are we looking to kind of touch on and do and or mess with? And that's just how my style's always been. But I'm really interested to see if I can hopefully get some more Hadler upgrades here soon. And Jessica, again, is awesome. I've got her at 1 awakening. She still does what she needs to do. Awesome unit all around. Definitely want to get more with Hadler. I've got his skills up pretty well. I definitely want to unlock more. I want that fighter's pride. That is a good ability. I guess I mean, the Hell's Claw stance looks cool too, but yeah, I still need to level up Crocodile too. But overall, I mean, even Mom. I mean, I forgot all about Mom. She was another free unit for the Die event. I mean, she's the only unit in the game that I know of, and I could be wrong because there's so many of them, that you could technically undo a status ailment. Like, she has the ability to, you know, instead of auto heal, which she can, you know, she can do auto remove paralysis on a unit. Up to 4 times per battle. That's awesome. Like, you know, that's... And she does that follow-up shot which says twice per battle. So, I mean, it's a very just interesting unit that she doesn't have any MP use. It's mainly just all in the shots, and not a super long-term unit for fights, but in a short-term battle, like 5 turns or so, she is awesome. So, alright, we've got like 2 minutes left here, and then we're going to see what's going on. If we've got, if our rankings are done, what's going on there, because the other thing is they potentially closed it off early. Like, I still grinded out some stam a little bit, put some more points in just in case, because we were literally on the edge. I totally did something totally Kage-ish, where it's like, oh, I'll just remove this guy who hasn't been on the guild for 8 days, and then we lose 16k fucking points and then struggle to try and get back to rank 30. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck me. So, Duke had a, I gave Duke a really good strategy on how to kind of fix that, and he followed through. So it's kind of really, really good, and everybody kind of came together. So maybe we'll actually get to keep our rank 30. Who knows? Because again, right now it's still showing, currently there's no idea what's going on here. It's showing the next month, but we don't have any idea. And oh, there we go. Let's see. Let's see. Yada 300 gold, don't care. Stammer, great. 100 gems, okay. Let's take a look and see here. Blossoming Door rewards, I'll go get those too. Anything for guild yet? No, we may have to wait a couple more hours. We may have to wait another 5 to know what exactly happened there, which... Let me get my blossoming. Where is that? Here we go. Now it's coming up. Grab what I have. Claim. Grab all this fun stuff. I was hoping that we'd get enough gems so I can actually do a poll for you guys, but that is what it is. Oh, we already got that done automatically. But we'll wait. Anyway, I surmise maybe a couple more hours, another 5 or so. But thanks again for joining, guys. If you ever need to, don't feel shy. Pop onto the Discord. It's one of the only ways we could actually keep in touch with people and do things, since the guild chat is, well, there is no guild chat. Hey, take care, guys. See you next time. Peace.